Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to my final review of the week. This week's been great. I've been reviewing everybody's websites for them, and today is the last day. So, for those of you who don't know, for the last 4 days, I've been coming live at 7 p.m. and I've been reviewing people's websites for them. So, today I'm going to do the same. It's the last one this week. So what happens is I'm going to be reviewing websites for 5 minutes per website. It's going to be super quick. I'm going to try and give as much feedback as I can so you guys can go and implement some changes to your sites. So I'm just going to put up my little background graphic that I've made for these Zoom links. So if you guys want to come and join me, I think this is it. Yeah. If you guys want to come and join me on Zoom, there's the meeting ID there, and then I'm going to share my screen on Zoom. So if you see me looking in two different places, I'm looking here to talk to you guys and here because I need to see the website to review it, obviously. Sorry, I got something in my eye. I had something in my eye all day today. It's been really frustrating. Doesn't seem to want to get out. Anyway, if you see me blinking and I look weird, that's why. Okay, so let me get up Google and I will share my screen. Hey Phil, Fix. I don't know how you say it, but hey. Cool, let's get this going. Share my screen. Share Google. Sweet, okay, so I've got my little bowl. You guys know how this works. I'm gonna give it a little shake. Let's see whose website I am gonna be reviewing. So we have Bryony Melhuis. I don't know how you say it. I'm so bad with names, so I'm really sorry if I'm saying anybody's name incorrectly. Let me pull up your website, Bryony. So Bryony's website is Shift Creative. Shift with double I's. It's quite edgy. I like that. Cool. So I've got up Bryony's website here. I'm landing on the homepage, and I'm met with like quite an animated GIF, which is nice. It's kind of showing me a reel of her work, which is good. I get an instant feel for what it is that you do, which is fantastic. It looks like you do branding or design or both. I can see that you've got ready for your next creative adventure at the top. When I scroll, there's like a slight movement on the website, which is really nice. You know, that kind of micro interaction is great. One thing I would say is ready for your next creative adventure. It would be good if in this top section, you would kind of explain what it is that you do. I know that you have the images flashing on the right-hand side, which is great. But maybe if you are a brand strategist or a brand designer, having that there is a really good way just to let people know immediately what it is that you do. As I scroll down, we've got, we work with startups, established brands, and everything in between to create captivating branding, websites, social media events, and so much more. So that's what I want to see in the top section. So maybe if you switch those around and you kind of have that in the hero section at the top, that would be kind of a better way just to organize everything hierarchy-wise. And then you've got some nice animated icons, GIFs down here as well. They're really lovely. I love a bit of movement in a website. It kind of makes it stand out from your standard static site. Again, the only thing I would say here is that you do have quite a lot of movement going on, maybe too much. Maybe if only one thing moves in the kind of icons that you've got rather than, you know, 2 or 3 things moving, that might be just a little bit easier to kind of see what's going on, because I'm finding it quite difficult to read the text, not because I haven't got my glasses on, but because there's just lots of movement going on. And, you know, I feel like the services that you offer there should maybe be a bit more front and center, a bit bolder. When I scroll down this page quickly, I don't really see the subcategories of the services that you offer. So underneath branding, you've got logo and identity design, conference branding, brand development. Having that maybe bigger would be nicer. Just so I can really kind of easily scan through what it is that you do when I first land on your website. And then underneath here, we've got, I can't recommend Bryony enough. I've been working with her for the past 5 years. Cool, so you've got a testimonial, that's really good. Testimonials on home pages are a great way to build trust with your customers. If you've got a couple of testimonials, maybe you could have them on a scroller. That might be, you know, just a way to build even more trust with your customers. only thing I would say as well is that font that you've got there is lovely, but I haven't seen it anywhere else on the website yet. So I think with fonts and with websites, you need to be consistent with kind of the styling that you use. So perhaps going through and just making sure all the fonts are similar, or they're coherent. Maybe this is an H3 or an H2, and we just haven't seen that yet. But yeah, just making sure fonts are consistent on websites is really important. And that's the same in brands as well. And as I scroll down, I can see you've got kind of 4 hero pieces of your work, which is great. Lots of animations and scrolling animations, which is great as well. And then down here, we've got stay in touch, and then your blog and your footer. So no, I think this is really lovely. Your website's great. Your work looks really lovely as well. But perhaps just making it a bit clearer at the top with what it is that you do, and making sure fonts are consistent, and maybe even reducing the movement slightly in the GIFs. And that's it. 5 minutes done. Bryony, I wish I could do longer for everybody, but I just want to give everyone a little slice of the website pie. Okay, so who is going to be our next website? Who have we got here? Lara Smith. Lara. Cool. Let's get up your website, Lara. laradsmith.co.uk. And like I said, guys, please feel free to come and join me on Zoom if you want to see my screen. You can see the websites that I'm actually reviewing. Maybe you could use some of the points that I'm giving to other people, to help you with your websites. So Lara D. Smith is a furniture and product designer. Oh, that furniture lamp thing is absolutely gorgeous. Sorry for calling it a thing. I don't mean that in an offensive way. I'm just not sure what to call that, because it's like art and functioning light bulb. I don't know, it's gorgeous. Cool. So you've got your logo in the top left, which is nice. You've got your navigation on the top right. Logo top left, navigation top right, which is great. Nice and simple, not taking up too much space on the website, which is what we want. We want to keep that navigation bar at the top nice and thin. Then we've got a nice big image of what it is that you do. So you've got not what it is that you do, but of one of your pieces of art or furniture. And then you've got your name over the top of that. Underneath that, we've got furniture and product designer. Perhaps it would be nice to switch these up. So maybe you or even include that into the header area. So if you move furniture and product designer in the header over the top of the image, make it nice and big, and maybe make your name a little bit smaller, just so you've got some text hierarchy, because the thing people are going to want to know first is what it is that you do. So having furniture and product designer bigger might make more sense. I can see down here as well, you've got some icons, lovely icons, nice and thin. I love a thin line icon. With kind of 3 bullet points saying design, drawing, and circular economy, kind of talking about environmental impacts with the stuff that you do, which is fantastic. I think that's great. As we move down, we've got online portfolios. So you've got another link, another icon down here, which is great. All the icons are consistent, which is what we want. We love consistency in web design and branding, and any kind of discipline of design, really. Consistency is the secret to keeping everything looking tidy and neat and professional. So if I click on online portfolios, it opens up something in issue. I don't know how you say it. I sound like a weirdo when I say it, issue. But if you go in there, it then takes you to an external website which has got a publication going through your key pieces. It would be nice to have that on the website itself, if possible. I think when you're creating a website, you want to keep people on that website for as long as possible. So the first link that I've got there is taking me outside of your website. So if you could maybe use the information that you've got there, you've got some information about your degree at Nottingham Trent. You've got a link to your LinkedIn. Seeing this kind of paragraph, this bit of information about you would be nice on the homepage. As well as that, I can see that you've got one kind of major project that is, the background image. I'd like to see more images of your work. What you do is very creative, and creatives need kind of visual cues to understand and digest visually what it is that you offer. So perhaps more images on the homepage, more images of you as well. Everyone likes to see the person behind the design. So having that on there would be great. I see, I'm just going to click through onto projects. Okay, great. So as we go through to the projects, it kind of takes me out again. So I'll click through onto your portfolio and it will take me back to the issue website. So yeah, if possible, it would be great if you could centralize all of this in the website rather than having it externally linked. And that is 5 minutes up. That is 5 minutes up, Lara. Your work is gorgeous. I love it. The designs, publications, and the furniture itself is absolutely stunning. So congrats. I hope you got first because you deserve it. And then the last website, the final website of this week. This is the 15th and final website that I'm going to review. I ran out of purple post-it notes, so this one is on a yellow post-it note. So sorry for the brand inconsistency, guys. And this is Pat Thomas. So Pat Thomas, let's open up your website. Cool. So I've gone onto your website and I can see it's kind of cut off actually at the top. Pat Thomas and contact are both kind of half off the screen. So I don't know if that's a glitch in your website, Pat, but go in and fix that. That's fundamental. And also when I click on contact, it doesn't take me anywhere. So have a little look at that, see if you can fix that, because people might be trying to get in touch with you and they can't do that if the links don't work. So I met with a really nice illustration at the top here. It's like a policeman or someone, it's not a policeman, someone drinking some beer, some lovely illustration styles. As I scroll down the page, I'm just seeing more illustrations. Illustrations are lovely, really gorgeous, but I don't see any text. I don't know, I'm not sure what it is that you do. I don't know who you are. I don't know how I can contact you. I can see these images are linked, so let me click on one of these images. Okay, so if I click onto the image, it then takes me to another page, where I can see the image a bit bigger. It looks like you might have some text issues on your website, Pat. It looks like on the left-hand side, the text is kind of overlaid on top of each other in a way that I can't read. So I don't think it's a design feature. If it is, then maybe make it a little bit clearer. And I can see here okay, so it looks like I'm gathering maybe you illustrated this in a book, as you've kind of got chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 down here. But again, I'm not entirely sure what the context of your art is. Like, it's gorgeous, I love it. The use of color is really nice, and those kind of line drawings are really cool. But I can't read the text that you've written that goes with it. Let me go back and see if there are any other kind of pages. Maybe it's just that one that's being a bit glitchy. Okay, no, it's the same thing here. So Pat, your website needs a bit of DIY, it needs a bit of love. You need to go in and just give it a little visit. Maybe it's my computer, it could be my computer. But the text is kind of all overlaid. I don't know if you see it on your screen, but what I'll do is after this, it might be on Monday actually, because I've got my burger in the oven. I don't want it to burn. If you can go on YouTube and I'll upload this and you can kind of see my screen, and then hopefully you'll know what to do, go in and fix it. But like I said, your illustration style is great. I love your use of color. The kind of 2D style is really great. The line drawings are gorgeous. I love the "You Are Not Alone" illustration you've got in there as well. That's gorgeous. But yeah, and that is it. 7:15 already, and that concludes my website reviews for this week, guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining me on Zoom and on Instagram. I'm surprised that you guys have been so involved in this. I've had so many submissions for websites, and if I didn't get around to doing yours, then don't worry, I'm gonna do this again at some point. I might do it one night next week. I'm gonna have a week off next week, I think. But I will be live back again next week. Might be doing a Q&A session rather than doing website reviews. So if you guys have any questions, generic questions about websites or branding or design questions that you want to ask me, then please hop on and I will do that for you guys next week. And yeah, thank you so much. I can't believe it's been 5 days of this, 15 websites down. I will do some more at some point. Stay tuned to find out more. But thanks, guys, and have a lovely weekend. And hopefully, I'll be reviewing some of your lovely websites again soon. Bye.